Hello there, YouTube. How the hell are you? My name is Vac, and we're here today to play some Marvel Strike Force. So settle in, put on your favorite music, and let's get down to some Marvel Strike Force action, shall we? Welcome to Mortytown TV. So if you're new here, this is a little corner of the internet where I showcase my Marvel Strike Force gameplay and that of my alliance, the Mortytown Locos. We're trying to make good content for every good Marvel Strike Force player out there. If you just looking for a little entertainment, some Rick and Morty jokes, or you're looking to learn how to get a little better in your Marvel Strike Force journey, then we probably got something for all of that. So right now we're just kind of getting cranked up. We're gonna let a few people straggle in. I'm gonna start picking up some orbs while we wait. But we got a few things to do tonight. Most importantly, we have a war going on right now, so I'm going to need to level some attacks there. We're on the enemy bridge, and we're looking to make a strong push. So that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I always like me some war action. Some of my favorite things to do in this game is war. It's probably my favorite. I did get in earlier, and I grabbed number 1 in Arena, thankfully. So we got our 500 cores today. And so yeah, there's no doubt war is one of my favorite game modes by far, and some of the others I just kind of tolerate. So let's see here. The Fun in the Sun Blitz is still going, or the Fun in the Sun event is still going on. I'm not. Why would it take us there? I'm done with the. I'm absolutely done with the good stuff. Right? There are no more. Heat Storm, I think it is. Milestones that I can get. We've got all. No, it's not this one. It's the other one. Firework Frenzy. We're completely done with this. We've gotten all the good stuff out of here. So right now we're just accumulating chimichangas and opening those fireworks orbs because they do still give orange gear, and I'm not gonna not need orange gear for a long time, if ever. There's so many characters that need to be raised to 14. If I'm ever going to catch these 80 some odd guys who are ahead of me on the power leaderboards. So, you know, because yeah, if you're new here, I'm about a 10 million and change, 10 and a half, I think, and change now, TCP player. And I'm not really like trying to whale out and be the number 1 guy or anywhere even close to it. But I do want to kind of maintain, and if I go anywhere, I want to go up. So, yeah, I mean, I have a competitive nature just like anybody else. So while we're waiting on people to straggle in, I see we got 3 now. Hey, Phantom, what's up, man? Hope I didn't interrupt your viewing of this morning's stream, but you know, there was only so much that happened there. We did finish a node in Dark Dimension 3, but nothing too exciting. Not like yesterday morning where I was maxing out both Thanos and Corvus Glaive. That was a fun morning. So glad to have those characters. And what I'm really looking forward to about getting Dark Dimension 3 done is that I'm probably going to be able to get all of those characters to 7 red stars. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Plus I can finish up Cull. I don't have Cull Gear 14 yet. And what I'm really kind of weighing right now is, do I take Cull to Gear 14 or do I take another city character for my second run on DD3? I don't know. What's up, Mike? How's work going, buddy? So here we go, getting all our orbs open. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to farm the store. And again, like even if you're not at a point in the game where you need any of this stuff, some of it is so rare that it's worth your time to go give it a look, right? You're only going to see so many of these superior serums. You're only going to see so many catalysts. Well, you're going to see a lot of catalysts probably, but you're going to need a shitload of them. You know, so it's good to get, like if you look at the superior molecular cloth and you see that there are characters that one day you'll probably want to max out, pre-farm it. Even if you don't need it today, pre-farm it. If you got a little money to spend, you know, you gotta weigh your options there. Yeah, I know, dude. I swear to God, I had to change out my mask 3 times today because I sweated one of them just completely wet, and that was gross trying to wear a wet mask. Gross. Did a lot of hot work in the paint kitchen today. So anyway, I need to buy some defense boosts. That's about all I spend my blitz credits on anymore. Let's see here. We'll take some charged particles. We got plenty of those to spend. Don't need any of this, so we're going to buy a couple of orbs. Yeah, I saw you raising your Black Order team, man. Yeah, that I have no idea how Black Order does in Dark Dimension 2. Like there was no option to take them. They didn't exist when I came through both times. I'm a big believer in Minerva in Dark Dimension 2. But yeah, man, one node at a time in Dark Dimension, man. One node at a time. You just get in there every day and you chip away at it. So we've got a couple of good orbs here to open. Nice. Come on, give me some marrow. Give Daddy some marrow. We just bought 3 of those, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, like that's a pretty good idea to try to keep 500,000 around at least. That's a pretty good idea. And then I don't think there's going to be any. Maybe we get lucky here. No, let's peel back. I didn't do any refreshes, so let's start seeing if we can pick some marrow up. Because I would very much like to get Cull and Carnage and Venom done, but we'll see. We'll see. It would be nice if I could take all 3 symbiotes in the second time so that it will go faster. But really, City has not been the slow section as far as for my run through Dark Dimension 3. It's not been City that slowed me down. It was the initial one. It was the one where you can take anybody. Those first 4 nodes, man, 3 and 4 are brutal, like terribly brutal. Hey!
Wubba lubba dub dub!
Pretty excited about that. Love it. Okay, so that was the last refresh, but we got what we wanted. Let's check the War Store, another place where we might be able to get some of that. And I'm tempted to take that Alien Spore, but I'm kind of short. I want to do my 50 refreshes and see if I can get more.
And that's the way the news goes.
Love it. Love it. Okay, can we get lucky? Can we get one more? Can we get one more? Nah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right. And we're kind of low on, now we've spent up basically most of our upgrade credits here. So we're kind of done on that until we get done with Dark Dimension 3 or if that event comes back around. Oh my God, they're selling orbs. We'll have to check in on that. We might do that. That'd be fun. That'd be fun, something fun to do on stream is open some Red Star orbs. So we got Symbiote done. We're kind of working on Carnage, but honestly, I'm back to leaning toward the Black Order again. But since all I'm really waiting on is mini uniques, I'm mostly just farming up whatever is going to be easy to farm for the day, right? Like say we got some nodes open here. We'll start farming some of these resistance catalysts. Just looking to spend this energy and keep it moving. Beautiful, beautiful. We're getting extra gold too because of the current event. And can I get any more damage catalyst? So we're not far from a piece of gear. Yeah, I'm sorry. I know that doesn't work out well for you, Paul. It's pretty late where you're at, but hopefully we'll see you. Hopefully we'll see you. In another 12 hours or so toward the end of things, because it's always good to have a nice late push at our range. Because we're not at a range in war where you full clear. That's going to be a little later as we advance. So if you're not full clearing and you're taking that whole 24 hours, it's nice to have a late push. You can kind of get some come from behind wins that way sometimes. Although if I have my way, we're not going to fall behind. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I am just about to check that. Now we're done with the store. We're done with our energy, and so I'm going to have a look at what's going on the bridge and see if I can help move the ball. And I believe that I can. I believe that I can. Okay, so we got a 323k Asgard team in our way. Let me see what I have available. Have I used my X-Force yet? I have. So we don't have that counter, but we do have my symbiote team. And they're not. This is not 100% that this team can pull this off, but they usually can. So let's get in there and see what we can do. Okay, that went okay. A lot of times it's that opening move that really sets the tone here. So we're going to start off trying to bleed up Thor. Okay, we lived through that. We've got already lost Miles and already lost Spidey. Holy moly. We're getting wrecked. These heal blocks are hurting us badly. This is going to hurt her, but okay. Mercy. This is what happens sometimes. Oh, that worked out okay. A little too many disrupts for that to work well. But we're so outnumbered now, I don't like our chances. Especially with Thor going off. We didn't do much at all, and this was a huge punch down. Oh, shit, I forgot to return that radio off.
Put it down on deck one, send your big door open after my maintenance room. Still get the gas, see if I get that close.
Sorry about that. I maybe should have sent in a suicide team first on that. But I find that that's sometimes what happens with symbiotes. They're not 100% of a counter for that team. You'd think they would most of the time, but sometimes, man, they'll just all these counterattacks, and then that heal block was pretty painful. So let's see what we can do now. We've already softened them up, and I'm pretty sure I could take another team in there and finish them off. Any of these teams on top would be fine, but I'm trying to save them. So let's see about Fantastic Four. I think Fantastic Four can pull this off and get this whole ball rolling. We'll just be just about done with Bridge at that point. There'll be one team left that I'll leave for the Mortys while we go do some raids. Stealth doesn't help you when I put a dinosaur in your face. And that sucks because she's going to get a lot of Gregs, but we'll be alright. Yes, a 7 red Human Torch would certainly help. Listen, I've gotten so lucky in this game, and I have so many good toys that I can't have them all, right? I can't have them all. I have 2 7 red star characters on my AIM team. I have 2 7 red star characters on my Black Order team now. So, I mean, the fact that I don't have Johnny, I would love to have that Johnny, but I'll be alright. I'll be alright. And I'm going to have a lot of upgrades available to me when I finish Dark Dimension 3, which should be pretty shortly. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm probably going to I'm going to try to go for 3 or maybe 4 7 red stars on my Black Order team. I'm going to push the envelope on that. I mean, that's a 530k team right now, and I'm looking forward to seeing just how high I can get them. I think that could easily be a 600k team if I push them all the way. And who knows what that will look like with war buffs. Who knows? I'm looking forward to finding out one day. I'm looking forward to finding out. So that's a team a little under 300k is a little too low for me, and then also it's a like a weird combination brawler team with Drax and Mantis. I don't know. That's a weird team. So I think the Mortys can take that. Do I think they'll make a DD4? I mean, almost certainly. But will it come out before next year? I don't know about that. I think that the reason they released DD3 is because so many people were bitching that there had not been new content in such a long time. So they released this incredible grind fest, and they're like, well, that'll take them a while, right? That's exactly, I think, what DD3 is all about. Of course, you know, that doesn't take into account guys like Tadano Mac Japan. Okay, so all that's done. How are we doing on arena? We got knocked down to third. There's always people that want to get in late. Like I've already got first place, but they want to, oh, I'm taking first place now. Like, man, what good is it doing you? Like I got the. You want to sit there and have number one on your screen while I've got all the cores? I'm good with that. I don't care. You know what I mean? People are just trying to get their attacks in. I'm being a little harsh. So we're definitely going to do some blitzing. We don't need graviton shards, but that's actually a pretty cool character for there to be a blitz for, and I'm probably going to lean into that with Baxos. But with Vac, I don't need it. I don't need it. So let's see where we're at on raids. Yeah, no kidding. Tadano Mac, that guy's got to be spending some money. And I think it was as much anything money that he had already spent when DD3 came out. Because I think he was probably one of the guys, one of the few guys at the top, maybe 5 to 10 guys that had a dozen or 2 dozen Gear Tier 14 characters already. And so, you know, they probably are in larger alliances than mine that have a larger income on a daily basis. They probably whale out a little harder than me from the looks of things. And they're more Kraken-like than I am. I'm like a big old beluga blue whale, right? And they're a Kraken. They are the masters of the ocean. Okay, so all right, let's get into let's get started on beta raids. This is one that got started while I was at work. So we need to get in there and get going. We're late to the party. Not terribly late, but we're late. So I'm going to send Baxos up an inside lane because he's got better characters, the characters that are better suited for that. And I'll send Vac down this outside lane, which he can first do with his Asgard team and then later transition to other teams. I think maybe there's a bio section on this one. I can't remember. Either way, whatever's in front of us, we're going to knock it down. So hello there. If you're just joining us, come on in, make yourself comfortable, get swifty. Welcome to Mortytown TV.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
That didn't take long. Well, hello, Mr. Harris. How are you, sir? Welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you. So continuing on, we're just going to knock out our raid content. We'll do a little blitzing, see what all we can get into. There's still the war. We're going to keep an eye on that all night. Let's see here. Moving Baxos up these skill tech lanes. And pretty sure that our Asgard's going to be able to wreck this hand team. And whatever comes behind it. These Greek raids have largely become autoplay fests for me. You know, and it's actually a benefit of getting deeper into the game. You don't have to, you know, pay as much attention and parse every move. You pay for it with a little inefficiency, but to be able to be hands off, it's worth it. Oh, Baxos froze up. I bemoan that wasted energy. Have I used Black Order in raids? I actually have not. There really hasn't been a whole lot of need for it. I mean, good God. So It's already pretty easy. That is my strongest team. I probably should throw them in there should I get the opportunity. I probably should. So I finally got caught up on the news. That, well, I guess I'm only a day or two late, but still, I got caught up on the weekly news update that Valley put out this week. Got the skinny on Squirrel Girl and Beast in them. You know, I'm like everybody else. I'm a bit overwhelmed by the relentless pace of character releases. Yeah, I understand. Hell, Mike, you're way ahead of most people. I mean, what collection power are you at now? Are you over or under 3? It's pretty rare for anybody around your range to have a full Black Order that's strong at all. Like you're a little killer whale, man. You're a little killer whale. Sleek, deadly. You and skilled both. I've been pretty happy with how you guys have done on this game. Just over 3 million? Oh, just over 300 on your Black Order. Gotcha. It's pretty damn good, man. There are people in serious contention in my arena shard that have a 350k Black Order. I mean, to be in the top 5, you really got to have a 400 plus. But yeah, you're not that far off. It's only a jump from gear 13 to gear 14 to get there, right? That's a huge jump. Yeah, I've been real happy with how you and Skilled have advanced in the game. You guys have both been excellent recruits, good young players coming up through our ranks. Neither one of you stayed on the bottom of our TCP list for very long. We'll buy the 50s just to get this going. All right, so here I kind of like to swap out and put in, since I can't use Sif, I can overwhelm people and having a tank isn't even necessary if I put Ultron in. Yeah, now if I could just get you or Skilled to become an officer and run my new farm team for me, that'd be awesome. I need somebody to be the alliance leader for the next alliance, because we're trying to open up and be a cluster so we can invite more people. I've had a lot of people express interest in joining us that just aren't really high enough to be a loco, but I would love to get them in the Mortytown family. I hate anybody that likes to come here and watch our content and be a part of our stream. I would like to give them a home if they'd like to join, and I'd like to have a family of alliances that approach the game in the same way we do, where we play good. We want you to play good. We're going to teach you to play good, and then if people play good, you don't need assigned lanes. You don't have to have. We're never going to have spending requirements on war. I don't care if we ever. Oh, that's nice of you to say, Phantom. No, I'm not expecting anybody that doesn't want to leave their alliance to do so, but I have had some interest expressed. So, yeah, we'd like to open it up and become a cluster, and I'd like to have, kind of like a minor league team, where we can develop good young talent that eventually maybe we pull up to the Locos as people retire. No, yeah, I'd take you, man. I'd take you. So, we got spots. Right now we got 2 spots in the Alliance that really don't have players for them. We have accounts going and somebody else is playing 2 accounts. Actually, we have 3. We have 3 accounts in the Locos that are being played by someone who has another account in the Locos. And I think what's going to happen is I'm going to move my free-to-play account to the new Alliance that we start. I just don't want to run it. I don't have time to run 2 alliances and do this stream and interface with people on Facebook, and I don't have time to do all that. I'm already pretty stressed as it is for time. Not stressed. I'm actually feeling pretty good. This is a lot of fun. I'm just pretty short on time, right? I finished this morning stream. I got up. I went straight to work. I came home from work and immediately started this stream. So it's taken up, I mean, I was going to be playing regardless, but it's taken up a lot of time. And if I could get, I eventually want to get to where I don't play Baxos at all. Yeah, it is a lot of, and plus, I mean, I've had to pick up so many new skills in the process of all this. So let's see here. Now we can go to Bio and use our symbiotes. Take it easy, Mike. Have fun down there at the factory, buddy. Okay, so keeping it going. Poor Baxos. Ran out of energy. Yeah, I saw that meme earlier. I had to go ahead and put it on the channel. Plus, man, I was leveling up, man. I was getting XP. We're getting more and more people joining in. We're not really at a big level yet, but I expect at some point we'll get to where we'll see some discussions going in blips and chits and things like that. Okay, any more 50s now? We're at the 100, so we're going to peel off of that. We're going to go to Ult 7. Let me check the war real fast. Yeah, okay, bridge is down. Good job, Morty. Good job, Morty. Okay, so let's move right to reactor. Because we don't want cargo bay. So I was looking at this earlier, and I was kind of just trying to prejudge how much juice we had. I think we might come back for Armory. But I was thinking that maybe we just leave. They got engineering in there. So the barracks and armory have beefy guys in there, and they have good buffs. So I was thinking we're just going to leave them alone. We're going to peel back up here and get reactor. And then I think we're going to drop all 3 flight decks, right? And I think that that's probably going to end up scoring us more points in the end. Because the guys in the flight decks are just, the guys down here are 5 and 6 million. The guys up here on the flight decks are 3 to 4. So they're going to be a little easier for us to roll through. So I think we're just med bay is enough, I guess is what I'm saying. I think we can get by just on dropping med bay, and we can just keep rolling from there. Everything else will just power through it. So reactor is going to be the next target, and there's nothing in there big enough for me to get in on. I got 3 attacks left tonight. Maybe I'm going to refresh one here in 10 minutes. So it's going to be 4. So we'll see what we get into. And if not, I'll just save it all for the morning for a nice big push. That maybe sounded a little dirty. I don't know. What do you say? Perfect. Welcome back, sir. Or madam. Now, that name doesn't really imply gender. But welcome back to the stream. We're very glad to have you. All right, so I got a bunch of rewards for Ronin that I didn't need. We'll go ahead and pick up those Ultimus shards. There we go. Looks like maybe we got some milestone. Yep, there we go. Give me stuff. Give me stuffs. Just grab all that really fast. And then we're going to get to U7 and knock that out. We got to get going. I've only got 20 energy, but we might have some cores we can put in to get a few more, and then we'll have time in the morning to finish this thing off. What it is offers. Basically, if you buy offers, they'll take you over the cap. And there was a long time there that I was buying war offers every time I saw them, and I don't do it anymore because I got a bunch saved up, essentially. Like war energy I'm good on. It's defensive boosts that I'm short on. So I buy those with my blitz credits every time I see them. Every time I get short, I'll max out, I'll start a war, and then I'll end up buying a little more before the next war. I try to be just what Perfect called me just now. I try to be a warlord, right? I'm calling out every room we go through. I'm picking out the routes. I hope that a lot of my Mortys, and I think they are paying attention to the methodology and why we're doing what we're doing. And usually it works out pretty good. And also I want to lead by example, so I always put in 12 attacks, 4 boosts, you know, everything I can do. Everything I can do. All right. I think we can put Baxos on autoplay now. And even though she's got that dodge on her, we need to get Mystique dead. Her Mystique and Loki are especially deadly because they can weaponize Black Bolt against my team. And you know, if Black Bolt turns around and hits Shuri, Shuri's dead. And if he turns around and hits Minerva, Minerva's dead, and that's even worse because can't nobody res her. Oh man. Speaking of which, there's another Mystique. So let's get her out of here. See, even that right there was touch and go right there. I mean, that was bad. But if that had been Black Bolt instead of Ultron, we very likely would have lost Yo-Yo right there. Very likely. And now Black Bolt's just going to kill everybody because that's what Black Bolt do, man.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
All right, and then this last boss of the wing. I'm going to stand up, stretch my legs. All right, so we're going to readjust a little bit here, adjust our camera. Let's get these guys working. We're going to go right at Ronan. There we go. There we go. Now don't you winds me. These winds of Watuman on my head. It's all right. We'll be fine. So this is where they get you here is Magneto drops in. Oop, we just lost Shuri. And then there's nothing you can do about Magneto because that's exactly when Juggernaut taunts you. Thankfully, most of those blinds were resisted. She comes back in her original position, so she'll be safe from most splash damage. So he's going to miss this. We'll just burn that. Would have been better if we'd have had a summon. Okay, thankfully everybody lived through that, and this ought to help top them back off. Wonderful. Okay, let's try to work Juggernaut down since he's going to be standing in our way. There we go. And then hopefully we can just clear Royal Guard's taunt pretty quickly and get back on Magneto. Or more likely, actually, we're going to get back onto, yeah, we're going to get Strange out of here. There we go. Boost people up. We're going right at Pyro now. As much as I hate Mystique, Pyro scares me just as much, and he's a little squishier. Doesn't have all that dodge. Thankfully, he shot that at, oh, no, come on now. Oh, we done lost her again. Okay. We can still pull out of this. That's not a big deal. It hurts, but we have defense ups right now, and that's mainly what she's here to do. We definitely need to kill Magneto before he comes back around to getting his ultimate up. But I think we can do that. I think we can do that. In fact, hell, this might do it right here. Oh, close to it. Close to it. So now we might want to consider dragging this out a little bit to make sure that we can get around to rezzing Shuri. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I was afraid he was going to do that. All right, let's get rid of Mystique. Yeah, if you're going to kill anybody. So hello, if you're just joining us, come on in and make yourself at home. Welcome to Mortytown TV. We're playing some Marvel Strike Force. We're in a U7 raid right now. Working our way toward the end of it. Come on, clear that taunt, somebody. Big annoying bastard. I really need to finish off that Mystique. That got it. That hurt. He's a pretty high damage tank, is Juggernaut. I'm going to rip you in half now. Oh, I got to watch that. I got to watch Deadpool 2 again. Alright, so I was so pleasantly surprised by the appearance of Juggernaut in that movie. I don't know about you guys. That and Brad Pitt, right? We were all a little surprised by Brad Pitt. Maximum effort. Alright, so these are our last two. We're just going to start saving our abilities now and just basic this on out. That way we'll have all of our summons and everything starting the next node.
And that's the way the news goes.
Alright, so now we're getting into the final wing for 4 nodes left. We'll go ahead and do our 50s. That way when we get up tomorrow, if somebody hasn't cleared their lane, we'll finish ours up and get the Ultimus boss node. And then we'll still have a little energy left over that we can build up for when we restart a new one later in the day. That's pretty cool art, I got to admit. Okay, so we want to go right at Fury to start this thing off. And we can pretty much just let them autoplay. Pardon me for a second, I need to walk off camera for just 2 seconds. Alright, how we doing over here? Attacking a tank? What is this nonsense? Yeah, I really did enjoy Juggernaut in DP2. No doubt about it. I didn't see it coming, right? I had no idea they were going to have that character in there. He was always a favorite of mine when I was a kid reading the comics. Alright. So many summons. So let's get this Magneto off the field. Definitely go after this Pyro. Looks like this is our final 8. Yeah, this is our final 8. So we're in pretty good shape here. It starts getting hard again as you get back around toward Ultimus. Sometimes they'll stumble on these nodes, but not generally. I can generally autoplay them without much issue. And like I say, that's like a reward after 2 years and getting into the high end of gameplay. That's my reward. Is now you kind of out leveled some of the content, and I can just autoplay it. A lot of blitzes like that. A lot of blitzes. We'll do a little blitzing when we get through here. I want to get a milestone and chill basically on Graviton. And I'm probably going to blitz way harder on Baxos because he actually needs Graviton Shards, and I don't need it. Graviton is a great character. It's just that I've already farmed him up. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it was something like, it was definitely Noble. Let's take a look at the Kree. Let's pull them up, and that'll refresh my memory. Definitely not. This is where a lot of people go wrong, is, or at least back then. He's a little better now, but I still don't think he's great. Oracle is kind of a no-no in my book. He's not that great. I think that the real strength of the Kree team is just damage, right? That's what they're good at. So I like Noble, but I pulled a 7 Red Star Noble pretty early in my Marvel Strike Force career. She was, in fact, my first 7 Red Star pull. So that was kind of a no-brainer. But also, with her assists, she's just really good damage, right? So you want Royal Guard as a tank. You want Noble. You want Cyborg. Ronan is great now. He used to suck, but I know he's not what you're looking for because you need minions. So basically, Noble, Royal Guard, Cyborg, Reaper, and then wait a minute. That's not enough. You got to basically take those 5 minions, I guess. Maybe I did take Oracle, and that's why I got him to the level I have. But I would just raise them enough to get it done. But yeah, I think I only see 5 minions there. That's all they got, basically, if that's what you need. It's been so long since I unlocked Fury Perfect, to be quite honest with you. That was almost 2 years ago. He was one of the first legendaries that I opened. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be all of these minions. As a matter of fact, we can further... Can't we just make sure that we've got this right? I mean, it looks to me like I got this right. So yeah, there's only 5. These are the 5 you're going to have to use, basically. Don't go too heavy on Oracle. You're probably not going to use them a whole lot afterwards because you're going to substitute. You're going to run a Kree team probably, but you're going to substitute in characters like Ronan and Korath is a good one, and later you'll get Ultimus, right? And so a lot of these minions are going to fall by the wayside. But you definitely want to raise them up enough to get stars on them. And then like a decent amount of gear, maybe gear tier 9 would be a good benchmark. And see if you can beat that Fury event then. Just enough to get yourself Fury. But yeah, you need Kree minions to unlock Fury. You need Shield minions to unlock Iron Man. And so the Shield minions are way better, but Iron Man is not better than Fury by a mile. You'll want them both over time. You will want them both. But, yeah, so just raise these Kree high enough to get Fury open. And then, maybe don't lean into them so heavy. And then once you put a Kree team together that's got Ultimus and Ronan and Korath, and then you'll figure out which ones you want at that point. But if you really want a high-end Kree team, there is no minion on it. It's Korath, Ronan, Ultimus, Captain Marvel, and Minerva. That's the baddest of bad, but that's actually the best Kree team these days, right? I mean, we still call that other team BKT, right? I still refer to it that way, but this is actually, that would actually be the best Kree team, the 5 I just named. But you need those minions anyway just to get Fury open. So maybe don't raise them as high as I did, right? A lot of that I came back later and raised them that high. But, get them as high in stars as you can get so that you can get stars on Fury. And then get them up around gear tier 9. And if that's not enough, then you just tweak a few of them up to 10 and see how that works, right? So anyway, how are we looking in the war? How are we looking in the wall? My dearest Elaine, I write to you with joyful heart. Okay, so we don't need any of that. We're going to be fine there. We'll let the Mortys handle that. Nothing to be scared of there. Yeah, man. I hope that helps. So let's get back to our U7 raid. I think maybe we got another node or two we can squeeze in there. and get this lane pushed through. That's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. I want to clear my lanes. I want to maximize my war attacks. I'm a lead by example guy as much as anything. So there's 8 of us here. So we're going to be watching this autoplay for just a second. I don't know how long it's going to take me to roll through this, but who's got thoughts on the new characters? Where do you guys land on Squirrel Girl, Emma Frost, and Beast? I'd be interested to know. So many daredevils. So many daredevils. Let's see, where are we at with Baxos right now? Yeah, I agree, Joshua. I agree. It looks like they're probably going to... I mean, it's in Scopely's best interest for them to all be pretty good characters. Otherwise, people aren't going to buy them, right? They're going to improve their teams. I imagine that Young Avengers is going to end up being a desirable, good team because that's just what they have an economic incentive to make them so. And so, I mean, I can't say I'm excited, but yeah, I'm probably going to be riding that train. You know, I mean, they're just doing it to make money, and
In bird culture, this is considered a dick move.
but I mean, on the better ones, I'll probably buy an offer or two, at least to get them started. All right, so we're gonna hold these last 2 nodes. We'll wait and get that in the morning and knock that out. I think Squirrel Girl is... She came around to comics long after I had stopped reading comics. I'm an old guy. I'm 45. Oh, 46, actually. I turned 46 the other day. My bad. And so I'm kind of an old guy. And when I was reading, it was back, there was a whole lot of different stuff going on. I mean, Spider-Man was still wearing the symbiote, that kind of thing. But I think Squirrel Girl's pretty dumb. I think that's just the best way that I can put it. Squirrel Girl seems like an extremely dumb character. Just not that exciting. But then again, so is Ant-Man. He's kind of a dumb character, right? I mean, they're in kind of the same boat. And I have come to love Ant-Man, maybe partly because of Paul Rudd. I don't know. But I think I remember as a kid, I thought Ant-Man was kind of dumb. So I think I'll probably find a place for Squirrel Girl. I think I will probably come to terms with that. I'm probably going to handle it way better than Casino. He said he was going to quit the game and all that, and I don't think he will. But I understand what he's saying. Howard the Duck would have been way cooler. I have to agree with him there. I actually did read Howard the Duck and watch the movie when I was a kid. That was a new movie when I was a kid, right? But I think Squirrel Girl's going to be fine. And as long as she's a good character that plays a good role on a good team, then I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there for that. So let's see here. We got nothing left to do in raids. Well, we could go back and do another beta. Let's do that, in fact. Because we get to play with our symbiotes. So yeah, I'm not the hugest fan. But like I say, there's lots of dumb characters in Marvel. Bring them on. I agree with what everybody else is saying out there. Like you probably could have found a better character. I mean, we still don't have Doctor Doom. There's all kinds of great characters that we could have pulled into this game. I would be a big fan of going back and reworking some old characters, particularly Avengers. If they're going to wait for another Avengers movie to fix those poor people, those are the marquee characters that bring players to the game, and then they suck. This doesn't make a lot of sense. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Gotta go walk off camera for just a second. Be right back. Oh, get it, Spider-Man. Nova and Quicksilver would both be incredible characters. I agree. There's so many good characters they haven't added. I have to feel like these guys added Squirrel Girl just to troll Casino. That's truly and honestly how I feel about this. They did it just to fuck with Casino. I can't see any other good reason. Why wouldn't you go Silver Surfer? Why wouldn't you go Gambit? Why wouldn't you go any one of 50 characters that everybody's been clamoring for? The only people I hear clamoring for Squirrel Girl only want Squirrel Girl to piss off Casino. And I got the feeling that the devs are in the same camp. I really do. I really do. And I'm not an envoy. I don't trade any emails with Scopely, so that's what I think and that's what I'm saying, right? I don't care. That's just how I feel about it. I think they're trying to troll that guy. I don't think they like him. They were pretty quick to drop him as an envoy, and I get it. I disagree with what the man said, and you probably don't want your business. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know nothing about Squirrel Girl. I have seen the page of the comic where she beats Thanos. You know, with Watu there telling her that is indeed the real Thanos. You know, I've seen that. I'd never read that comic growing up. It happened way later. You know, I was out, you know, being married and you know, I mean, I was way later in life and not reading comics at that point. I have since come around to comics again as a gamer, but I haven't, and I have an old collection upstairs. I still have, you know, that I pulled out of my mother's garage back when I was in my 30s. But let's see here. There's so many. I got a lot of T4s I'm sitting on. Look at all these green pluses, man. Look at them all. Look at them all. And man, I got to tell you, when we finish Dark Dimension 3, I'm coming in here and I'm going hog wild on this shit. I'm going to raise all kinds of characters. And I hope Squirrel Girl is OP. I do have to say, I really hope that she's not strong enough to beat Thanos. Because I've been leaning into Thanos awful hard. I don't want to see that, right? I'm really leaning into these Black Order. Oh, Human Fly. I mean, whatever, man. Just, you know, at this point, like, I am not offended by Squirrel Girl. I just think she's kind of dumb. And they could have picked some better characters. I would have took Gambit any day of the week. For real. I agree, Chris. Gambit any day of the week. So anyway, let's see. We got some gold to spend, but we're not going to do that. We're going to hang on to that. Because I'm not really chasing the Symbiote Spider-Man milestones. Because I've already got him maxed. Well, congratulations, Bust a Move. It always feels good to get that #1 spot. So did you get rank 1 in Arena? Or like, did you get it or did you get it, right? Like, did you just have it for a while and then get knocked down, or did you get it right at the end and hold on to it through the pay period? Gambit would be nice. Yeah, I'd love that. I would love that. Okay, so I still don't want to attack any of these teams. It's just a little too much of a punch down. So let's see, what do we got going on here? We're going to do some blitzing. Definitely going to do a rotation. A little milestone and chill. So I got some just rando throwaway teams here that I use to get myself through the first couple of tiers so that I don't have to use anybody good on them, essentially. And let's get Baxos in on that action as well. He actually really does need these shards. Start off on medic, and we can just roll with that. There we go. Good for you, man. Good for you. That is exactly what I advise people to do. It's the best way to go about it. And there's no better way to play, man. It needs to be your North Star. Those cores, nothing else. I mean, being good at Dark Dimension 3 doesn't get you much. And, you know, you're going to get the same thing everybody else gets. You know, you may be a little quicker, but it's the same thing. You know, being good at being good at your raids helps, right? You'll get a little more out of that. But it's still not as good as getting cores. That's just flat money, man. There ain't nothing better than earning money for playing a game, right? I mean, and it's in the indirect money. So it's money you can only spend in one place, but still, that's money of yours you don't have to put into the game to keep a healthy income of energy going every day. And that's really how you get ahead. So these are my teams that are just so bad. Just rando characters that are not used elsewhere off the bench. But these first couple of tiers of Blitz are just such massive punch downs that it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So we're just doing this for the milestones and some chimichangas, because I need more Gear 14. It's probably I mean, she has a good kit, right? I want to see the statistics, but there's no doubt she has a good kit. I'm not going to boycott her as Casino is suggesting, but I understand how he feels that way. I think most of us knew Minerva pretty much only from the Captain Marvel movie, right? I never read a comic with Minerva in it. But I did think she was pretty cool in the movie. And even more importantly, I clued in pretty quickly just how freaking awesome she is in Marvel Strike Force. Oh gosh, I mean, she's the key to Ultron. Get Minerva, get Ultron. That's how that works. If you've got a Minerva and you can send her into Dark Dimension 2 with a team that will keep her alive, protect her, and feed her energy, she will take care of all that crap by herself. She'll just march right through there. What is up, Frank? Welcome back to the stream, Mr. Bishop. Glad to see you, sir. Okay, so now when we get to hand, that's where I like to go back to the beginning again and knock out another round with these crapola teams. Just to get myself through the first couple of tiers before I start moving into my actual built teams, right? And they start with hand, who are also crapola, but we'll get there. They're only going to be fighting in tier 3. We're not going to pick them back up again after that, so it'll be fine. Yeah, I hear you, man. I was at work when I was talking to you earlier, Frank, and I just came straight home and fired up the old stream once I got changed. I ate while I was at work, so we're good on that. I got off a little later than I'd like to today, but got to keep those cars rolling down the line. These are actually some decent teams. It's just, it's an 80K punch down, so we'll probably be all right. So you missed it, Frank. We're talking about Squirrel Girl. We're mostly talking about Squirrel Girl. I didn't hear anybody mention Beast or Emma Frost. I'm kind of excited about Beast. I want to see how that goes. The idea of X-Men getting a healer, right? Yeah, I bet they are, buddy. I bet they are. It's a crazy time out there right now. I mean, like they're not testing us at my plant, but they are. We have to sign a like a little form before we come in every day online, saying that we haven't been around anybody that's positive and that, you know, we're not feeling any symptoms and stuff like that. And then they still make you go through this machine that takes your temperature. All right, they caught one guy coming in had a temp, and when they caught a few, but when that happens, they make them go take a test before they can come back into the plant. And so far, we've had 2 people that went off, took their test, and ended up positive. And in both cases, like it was their first day back from a long time off, like they had just come off vacation, where we're pretty sure they caught it on vacation. So more than likely it has not made its way into the plant yet. And that's great because, man, I mean, people are packed in there, elbows, you know, elbow to elbow. And we'd end up like another meat packing plant. I'd hate to see that. I would hate to see that. I don't want to track that shit home to my elderly mother. You know, I don't want to do that. I hate that I gotta go into that big petri dish every day. All right. But I do want to keep my job. I'm 25 years into my career. I'm vested in my pension. Can't give that up. I could see me putting another 5 to 10 years in, and then maybe doing something like this full time when I retire. That could be a lot of fun. I'll only be in my 50s. I started pretty early with this company, so I'll be able to retire pretty early. And it's not something I had really ever considered until this whole Mortytown TV thing took off. But this would be a fun thing to do to fill my retirement years. I'm gonna game one way or another. Yeah, I don't blame you, Josh. I don't blame you. All right, so we're not even on to the good teams yet, and we're already getting toward the end of the milestones. But we'll roll a full rotation just to fill up. I mean, we're only like an hour into the stream, and I'm not even anywhere near tired yet. So we'll try to roll till about 11 o'clock my time. Get through most of this rotation at least. Over here banking these graviton shards on the free to play. So I guess you're an older guy like me, Frank. I kind of had a feeling, although we'd never discussed it. At least out of college, I imagine. That's the funny thing about doing this. I've met so many people lately in the last month online, you know, talking about this game. And sometimes I don't know who's 6 and who's 60, you know. It takes a little discussion to find out, and then sometimes you find out somebody's actually 30 and they just got really bad grammar. You never know. Okay, those were good years, man. I miss my 30s. I'm a little older than you, but not much. About 8 years. All right, let's see here. Not shield, no. So it's gonna have to be these guys. All right, let's see what we can do. Get a little speed up. I'm going to just smack Frank in the face and try to ability block him so that he does not rat-a-tat us. I'm going to spread some slows around everywhere. Love it. We're going to taunt with the Hulk. That's my 7 red star Hulk. I wish he was better. I hope one day that, like I say, I hope this team gets a rework. I would love to see this team be dominant. We're going to clear their Hulk's taunt. There we go. That gets rid of Frank. Now I'm going to stun their Cap, because I don't want him throwing out energy to everybody. I'm going to spread some damage around. Oh, quit reviving. Absolutely, sir. Come and go as you please. I have, at this moment, 10 7 Red Star characters. I added one yesterday when I upgraded Thanos to 7 Red Stars. And if you'd like, I can show you those once we get done with this blitz. They're not all meta characters, I can promise you that. I haven't been that lucky. I've been lucky with quantity. I have not been as lucky with quality. They're mostly minions, right? Alright, okay, calm down. Yeah, you should see my Black Order, dude. You should see my Black Order. They're like 530k right now, I think. 538, I believe. They'll be the last team in this rotation. So yeah, we'll go to my roster really fast, right? My two biggest characters are 7 Red Star Black Order characters, right? But we'll go ahead and we'll sort by Red Stars, and there's my 10. I'll be right back. So that's what we're working with. After that, it's just a whole lot of really good 6s, right? I've gotten way more luck with my 6s. As for Kingpin, I am currently using him on my War Defense and in Blitz as the 5th member of my Merc team. Because he summons Mercs, right? And he assists on villains, which the Mercs are all villains. So he's a pretty good addition to that team. It's a pretty strong team anyway. And then the 6 Red Stars here, they just go down and down and down and down till you get to Captain Marvel. I'd love to get Marvel up to 7 or even Yo-Yo, but that's on the back burner. Everything's going into Black Order right now because that's what's really making me cores. And I always prioritize what makes me cores. So since we're here, let's check the war one more time, make sure there ain't nobody there I ain't going to want to attack, and then we'll get back on that blitz rotation. It's like we're moving through reactor pretty well, and we are toward the end. So let's see here. We probably got something that can handle this. Probably got something that can handle this. We got an energy built up, 368k, just straight Guardians of the Galaxy. That's weird. Let's see what our AIM can do with them, huh? This will be kind of a challenge for AIM, but not terribly. Not terribly. As long as our RNG goes our way. We'll see. If they open up and kill Scientist Supreme, then I'm just screwed. That's just sort of how that goes. Alright. So we'll try to get a defense down on him. They're going to open up on... Ooh, they did hit Scientist Supreme. Thankfully, they're going to pass this damage around a little bit, and that's going to help us actually weather it. All right. Since we're going to hit Groot and pass some slows around, but then we're going to get right back on Drax and get him off the field. There's a lot of good burst damage on this team. Now, what's hurting me here is I can't taunt, and that's so this next turn might be pretty painful. I expect we're going to lose Graviton. As long as we don't lose Scientist Supreme, we'll be fine. So, okay, now they don't have a taunt going, so we need to get Rocket out of there. He's most of their DPS. All right, we can live with the blinds because we have immunization. That's not a big deal at all. Graviton's going to get to do his thing. Love it, love it. And then we'll get the big guy, we'll get the little guy out of there. And then, so the next target is definitely going to be the energy generation. We're going to put a defense down on him with Scientist Supreme, and now we can put that taunt up, and we're in pretty good shape here. This AIM team, I have been impressed with them top to bottom. It helps that I have 2 7 red stars on this team. Both my tank and my I don't know what that alert was. That sounded like something bad, but we're good. All right, so both my tank and my assaulter here are 7 red stars. Let's flip that. Put some regens on people. We're gonna get rid of Gamora. She's the only DPS really left. Although it's not that Groot doesn't do some decent single target, but he's more supplemental DPS. He's not killing anybody. So this is all over but the crying. We may have to kill Groot twice, but we'll be fine. Nah, we're good. We're good. Moving on. So we're just getting this reactor cleared off. I still have all my best teams, right? I still have Black Order. I still have Inhumans. I still have X-Men, and I still have Power Armor. So we're in pretty good shape. And in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and use one of them right now to finish off this reactor and get ourselves a good lead in this war. We're not going to use Black Order. We're going to use something a little more reasonable because these are all going to be pretty big punch downs. So how about we use Power Armor does better against this team than they used to. And this is a pretty sizable punch down. So let's do that. Let's do that. Oh, okay. Stay alive. Stay alive. All right, so we're going to barrier up. We're going to ability block Coulson. Didn't land. That sucks with a 100k punch down. What the hell? All right, so we really want to make our focus medic, but we're going to go ahead and get that summon out of here. We're saving all of our big attacks, so we're just going to do a little speed turn bar manipulation. We'll use Iron Man to knock a little chunk off the tank. Oh, thank God that retaliatory damage didn't get him. And now we can buff up and we can start our rotation, and taunts don't matter anymore. So we'll open it up and put defense down and hit people with Ironheart. We'll follow this up with the Big Boom and War Machine. That usually does the trick on everybody right there. And Iron Man's not even going to get to go. They could have killed Iron Man in that opening salvo. It would not have mattered. It would not have mattered. And so that's going to be Reactor. So now we got Bridge down. We got Reactor down. We're in pretty good shape on these guys. So actually, I think we're going to be fine on the whole. So I'm going to go ahead and call Armory so we can slow down their offense. Because just in case they've got a lot of late night guys that are going to, while a lot of us are in bed, they're going to get on and make a strong push. You know, I don't know, but just planning ahead on that. So rather than going straight to the flight decks or messing around on barracks, we're just going to take Armory out, and then we're going to head up to the flight decks and finish everything off. But I'm going to call that for the Mortys so they all know where to go. Dropping Armory will allow us to protect this lead. But I think right now I don't see anything in there that I would go after with the teams that I have left. Right? We're good. We're good. So anyway, then back to the Blitz.
And that's the way the news goes.
So now my Merc team, this is where my Kingpin lives. So close. I'm gonna hold off on the bust for a turn, and we're just gonna get some cannon fodder out here. And then when all these other defense ups that we have go away next turn, then the next time we get around to Kingpin, we'll put them all back up and give some offense ups to everybody. And that should pretty much ride us through to the end of this fight. In fact, I think I can pretty much autoplay from there. They're going to be taunting off of each other and all that mess. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Dropping that missile on that one guy. But it's blitz, whatever, right? Just rolling through them as quick as we can. We're getting toward the end of the milestones, which usually takes me right around 3/4 of a blitz rotation, not the whole thing. And that is the importance of total collection power in blitz, right? If all of your teams, if you've got 26 to 30 teams, and they're all 300K or better, even the crappy ones, you're going to score a lot. You're going to score a lot because bigger teams equal bigger enemies equal more points. That's how the math works in this game. What do you say, Alex? Welcome back to the stream, buddy. All right, so that looks like the one. That looks like the one. Alex was celebrating with me earlier. The channel's passed over 200 subscriptions. We're all pretty happy about that. We've been doing this about a little over a month. You know, I'm still pretty much a novice as far as content creation goes. It's always just been like I've watched people, right? But I've never, I have never done this to this level myself. It's not like this is the first game I've been successful in. It's just the first time I've had the technology and a computer beefy enough to do this. Like I'm really enjoying it actually. I mean, you know, I've never been camera shy, right? I'm not Hollywood beautiful, but I don't mind talking to people and trying to impart a little knowledge of the game. And you know, who knows? Maybe I could be slightly entertaining in my oafishness now and then. But it's never on purpose. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So just come on in, relax. We're going through a blitz rotation. Just chill out, get swifty.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
So when everything settles out, we're probably going to be stepping this this Kree team up a notch. They might even end up with Captain Marvel, maybe even Minerva on them. I think they'll be a pretty dope team with that combination. I'm still kind of liking Minerva with Guardians, but I could probably give Mantis another try. We'll basically just be downgrading Guardians, essentially. Which is sad, because they're like the only movie team that's still pretty good. Alright. Maybe we'll get an Eternals team one day. Seems likely whenever the movie comes out. We'll have ourselves a little Angelina Jolie running around here. A little Jon Snow. I think he's going to play Black Knight, right? Have I got that right? That'd be a cool character to have. I always liked Black Knight. Let's see here. Yeah. Speaking of Minerva and the Guardians. So yeah, we're pretty excited to be over 200 subs. Really appreciate all of you who have subscribed. I know that sometimes YouTube's notifications can be a little wonky, so I appreciate the sub because that gets us out there. It puts more eyes on us. We're showing up on people's Marvel Strike Force searches more commonly, and that helps us grow. But if you want 100% accurate notifications of streams and new video content from this channel, then feel free to join our Mortytown Discord, listed below in the description. And that you will always get a notification there. And there's also lots of different cool things. You can, there's an Ask Vac channel. You got any questions about the game you want to ask me while we're off stream, you know, you just shoot it out there, and myself or a qualified Morty will get you an informed answer. There's a place where you can check out screenshots of my roster. There's a place where you can
Show me what you got.
and that's literally the name of the channel, Show Me What You Got. So you can show me what you have, and then I can come applaud you and wish I had your toys. Kind of like Phantom, right? Phantom, longtime viewer, or at least ground floor viewer of this channel, has got a 7 red star Human Torch that I would love to have. It's fantastic looking. I'd love to have that. It's a lot of deeps. But, you know, I can only get so lucky, right? I got to share the luck. Other people got to get a little too. So we also have Planet Squanch, where you can go share your favorite funny memes, maybe even not safe for work. And then our general chat is Blips and Chits, where you can hang out, play Roy, get a drink, you know, just whatever you do, man. If you beat cancer, don't go back to the carpet store, Morty. What the hell? Sorry, I'm full of references. X-Force. Who are we gonna kill? Let's just kill the biggest one. Think we can do it. I think we can. I haven't got this team anywhere near finished yet. They still need, you know, they still need stars. I'm looking forward to that X-23 blitz. I wailed out as much as I'm going to get on her, so I want to blitz the rest of the way out. Still need some shards on Domino. I don't think we're done with Negasonic either. But the original 2 we're all done with. Let's see here. Let's work on Frank. We're gonna ability block Hella so she does not hit us with that ridiculous ultimate. Nate, welcome to the stream, buddy. Everybody, welcome one of our best and brightest Mortys. Let's see here. We'll kill Spider-Man we'll kill Hella too. Why not? Why not? Let's just kill them all. Let's just kill them all, shall we? All right, so we're gonna charge up our boy Cable here, and then that will give us the wherewithal to jack him up, hit him with the rocket launcher, And maybe finish him off with this. No, but we at least got a heal block on him so he cannot heal himself. And then Deadpool will handle the execution. A little high-speed hacky sack with this grenade. And off we go. It's just us and Greg. Hi, Greg. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, you doing
I don't
okay?
think he is. Okay. Well, let's see here. I've about got Baxos through his rotation as well while I'm just fooling around with this. Now to the new Brotherhood 2.0. Fantastic team. Great shield counter. Used them a lot in war. Used them a lot. So we're just trying to we're basically trying to the best 5 Kree with Captain Marvel and Ultimus would be basically all of the Kree who are not minions. So it would be Ultimus, Captain Marvel, Korath, Ronan, and Minerva. That's your best 5. You'll still have some minions, but they'll be Korath summons. Or, excuse me, Ronan summons. Easy peasy. These guys never stood a chance.
Riggedy, wreck, son!
All right, and getting down toward the end, we're still got like 10 teams left to go, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're just farming up chimichangas now. I think we've actually got all the milestones done. No, we still got one more to go. We still got one more to go. We'll hit it here pretty soon. Beautiful, beautiful. Baxos is rolling fine. So hello, if you're just joining us. My name is Vac. Welcome to Mortytown TV. We're here playing some Marvel Strike Force. As high-end a content as we can manage. Which is, you know, we're knocking down everything in front of us, basically. But, you know, we got some war going on. We're doing some blitzing right now. We've already knocked out our raids. I did Dark Dimension 3 this morning, and I'm not going to spend any cores on refreshes, although we are on the final node, so I'm pretty excited about that. I kind of would like to go ahead and finish, but there's no need to be in a rush. If I spend cores and get done today, I'm gonna be making the same amount of stuff as if I did not spend cores and get done, you know, a week from now, which I don't think it'll take that long, actually, but, you know. I'm probably going to keep doing what I've been doing and just refreshing the 50s every day, and that's it, right? So basically 2 attacks. 1 attack, refresh everybody for 50, and then make a 2nd attack, and then I'm done, right? And so for me, that's been the nicest. Compromise, right? I want to speed things up, but I really don't want to wail out for something that I'm not going to gain anything out of, except a little time. Frank, we're like a 204, 203, 203, 204. Depends on which page on YouTube I look at. It's hard to predict. Because I don't think that, you know, you can see at the bottom of the overlay here, like right over there somewhere, right? Right over there, they have the newest subscribers. And so I will have numbers that will add on, but then nobody new shows up there. And I think that there's a setting in YouTube where you can keep that private, and so we don't see those people. So I mean, I'm looking at 203 right now, but if, like I say, if I go to my to my YouTube studio page, it says 204. So it's, I don't know, it's hard to say. It's somewhere just north of 200. And I am pretty excited about that milestone. All right, let's see here. That looks like a good matchup. I mean, I'm new to this. I've only been doing this for a month now. And I've been pleasantly excited and surprised at just how much we've grown after I put myself out on Facebook, a few Facebook groups. And I wouldn't doubt that a lot of you, that's where you became aware of me. But since we've started taking off, I think I'm showing up on more search lists when people are looking for Marvel Strike Force content. So we're just, you know, we're just slowly but surely working our way up there. I'm still pretty much a novice as far as content creation goes. Far from it as far as the game goes, but you know, I got more growing to do as a content creator, and I'm looking forward to that. This has been a fun hobby for me to pick up. It's like a hobby attached to my hobby. It's weird. I don't know. It's like an Inception hobby. I don't know. But I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it. And thank you, Nate. I've met a lot of cool people. Been in a few funny situations. There was an enthusiastic young man from Brazil who kept calling me daddy on Facebook while I was giving him advice with his roster. And, you know, I'm flattered. Thank you very much. But, you know, not interested. Thank you both. Thank you, though. If you happen to be here tonight or watch later. I dig it. I dig it. You know, Frank, I didn't even know that existed, so I certainly have not. I probably should do that. That's man, I need to keep you around for sure. That's pretty nice. I'm glad you said that. I didn't even know there was an official Marvel Strike Force Discord. I thought that was Casino's Discord. Shit, that's where everybody goes. That's good to know. I'll have to look that up. All right, let's see now. Yes, please do, sir. Yeah, I mean, we want to get ourselves out there. I'm looking for exposure. I'm really not in a hurry to monetize. I mean, you know, I'm doing this part-time. I worked a full shift at the factory today. I'm kind of a whale. I'm not hurting for money. I'm not looking to do this for a living. I'm not going to be quitting my job no matter how successful this becomes. But it would be nice to kind of get it rolling, build a viewer base. And number one, it's going to be good for our recruiting. That's one of the biggest reasons I started doing this. And number two, you know, it'll be fun to do in a few years when I retire. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll be able to do it full time then. But even part time, I'm managing to get a lot done. I'm streaming more than most people do because it doesn't seem that difficult to me, right? Like I was playing 2 long sessions a day anyway. I've been doing that for 2 years, right? Get up in the morning, play a couple hours, do my thing, and then toward the end of the day, play a couple more hours. And with a little bit, you know, here and there in the middle. So, I mean, just pointing a camera at it is really not a great imposition to me. It's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of fun. I've been able to pick up like new cool hardware like this Elgato Stream Deck. Really cool thing for macros. I'm probably going to be making macros just for games on this thing in the future. Oh, quit resin. I don't understand the point of Elektra rezzing herself all the time when she accomplishes nothing when she comes back. All right, so now we're starting to get toward the nitty-gritty. We don't want to mess with that Captain Marvel. That looks like a good matchup. So outside of Squirrel Girl, what does everybody think of Emma Frost and Beast? Anybody got a thought on that? I'm pretty excited about the possibility of a healer for the X-Men and a better composition for them in raids. You know, they've pretty much never been a raid team. But if you put a healer behind Colossus, I'm pretty sure that Cyclops can handle most of the damage, especially if you put in, let's take out Storm and put in, I don't know that I would, but take out Storm and put in Psylocke. She's gonna need a home now too. But I think that that would be pretty cool, just to have another composition for X-Men. I really would like to see, you know, maybe even 2 full X-Men teams. Hell, let's get all the way down the roster to Angel, right? Like, who cares? Let's get some more X-Men in here. There's like a ton of those guys. You know, we need a Quicksilver. We need, you know, his sister's there, so why not bring him in? You know, let's get let's get an Angel. You know, let's get all those guys. Definitely need a Nightcrawler, for God's sake, and a Gambit. Yeah, that's the one. Well, Phoenix is pretty incredible, and I definitely recommend that you start building with her in mind immediately. Start working on her as soon as you get going. But of course, you're going to mostly want to focus first on a good arena team. Like Pun Fenders is a great one to start with. And then I'd work up through Guardians, get a Star-Lord, get a BKT team going, then that'll get you an Ultron. Once you've got a BKT with an Ultron on it, you're going to be doing a lot better. And that's really about the time that you'll get yourself a Phoenix. And then you can start looking into putting together an Asgardian team, getting yourself a Black Bolt, and then next thing you know, you're on the road to getting a Black Order. And that's don't get me wrong, that whole journey is going to take you a year or more. But that's pretty much the best progression route that I can see in the game right now. All right, my soon-to-be retired hero brawlers. We'll go take out these defenders. Yeah, like anybody that can, I mean, like I don't necessarily know that X-Men needs a boost like Coulson gave to S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. was kind of falling off at that point, and they really lacked offense, and so Coulson really filled that hole. Right now, man, X-Men, I mean, Beast is going to fill a hole that they need because they're not great in raids, but X-Men is a fantastic team. I mean, so good, in fact, with the addition of Cyclops that, I was going to retaliate, whatever. That with the addition of Cyclops, man, like, I don't even really get to go through the whole, you know, big boom with Phoenix a whole lot anymore, man. Cyclops just kills everybody. By the time you get done with Cyclops' ultimate, like, there's hardly anybody left for Phoenix to bomb. So they're pretty strong. They're pretty strong. Where we use them, and where we use them, of course, is Blitz and War. So, you know, and some of them in Arena. A lot of people do. You know, I'm past that point in the meta, but it's still very valid to be using, you know, like an Ultron, Phoenix, Magneto, Juggernaut, you know, kind of hybrid team. There's lots of good things you can do in there. And basically, you know, that's at the point in the game where you're just basically trying to, you can beat everybody but Black Bolt and Yo-Yo, and you're just trying to get them. And then you get Black Bolt and Yo-Yo, and you can beat everybody but Black Order. You know? Then you get Black Order, and I don't know what's next. You know, by the time you get to Black Order, there might be something next. But right now, Black Order is indeed the pinnacle of the arena meta. And in fact, we'll go do an attack with them after we get done here in Blitz, which, of course, we're going to finish off Blitz by doing an attack with Black Order. I think we can handle that. Yeah, I would love to see like maybe 7 or 8 X-Men, and then you can kind of mix and match them for different modes for them to work effectively. But I just don't know if people are going to pull Phoenix out for Beast, even if he does a little healing. I just don't know. Maybe like I saw in the news, they were talking about like maybe if there was a line on his kit that said, you know, it only does this if an ally is not a Phoenix. But you know, I don't know. I don't know that necessarily they're going to do that. They don't always have the greatest amount of foresight in how they put these kits together. And they really should probably hire experienced players to help them plan that shit out because, you know, like to this day, nobody uses Wakanda in raids. Nobody uses Wakanda. They tried to tell us that was going to be the best raid team. Bull hockey. All right, nobody uses them. Which says one of two things, right? Either these guys are just pumping up teams to us to try to make money, or in corporate America. But that's just, you know, like I love their game. I want to think good things about these guys, but that looked bad. And it looked real bad at first when Black Order came out, but a few bug fixes fixed things. And now they're exactly what was promised. So as far as I'm concerned, they're mostly redeemed, and I'm not that mad about it. But they probably should stop doing that. They probably should hire some people that actually understand the game, and see about maybe if they can stop putting their foot in their damn mouths. Just a thought. It's just a thought. All right, moving through tier 6. That's our AIM team. One of two teams I have with a couple of 7 red stars on it. Other being Black Order that we'll be finishing up with. Let's see here. Pretty stoked about that new Black Order setup. I posted it in. I tried to post it in a couple of Facebook groups yesterday, and the biggest one, Marvel Strike Force, this flat Marvel Strike Force. I posted it in Marvel Strike Force players, and then I tried to post it in Marvel Strike Force, the biggest one that has like 30,000 people in it. And I mean, all I posted was a picture of my Black Order with its strength, right, 530k, and then for the caption, I put a quote from the movies from Maul, Ebony Maul, right, and the quote was, "Hear me and rejoice. You are about to die at the hands of the children of Thanos." You remember that from the opening of the Infinity Stones thing, which I think it was Infinity War, right? I think it was which movie that was, on the Asgardian ship, and he was saying that as they were walking around murdering Asgardians, including my boy Heimdall. And so I just thought that was a cool quote, right, to put in with like a big beefy Black Order team, and their mods kicked that back to me, and this is literally what he said to me. "Yeah, that's gonna be a no from me, dog." That's literally what he said to me, and I'm like, does he think I'm threatening people? Does this jackass not even recognize fucking movie quotes from, you know, like everybody loves these movies. That's why we're all here playing this game. I thought it was pretty funny. So then I put it on Marvel Strike Force players, and it's got like 350 likes, and everybody's commenting on it. You know, even if it's just to call me a whale. Like I don't know. I guess they didn't want a little traffic, you know, beefed up on their Facebook group. I'm not sure what the hell that was all about. That's gonna be a no from me, dog. Like I don't know. You know, that Buster, that's a decent point. Maybe he will. We can hope. Now we gotta wear down this big old Luke Cage. Just go down, Luke, the hero of Harlem. I actually kind of did like his show. I didn't love the second season as much, but I did like his show. Like, I actually thought Cottonmouth was a pretty cool villain. But, I mean, come on. You know, Mahershala Ali is incredible, right? I did not care as much for, I mean, who was it? I forget the name of it was one of the snake guys on the second one. The dude with the funky suit. I didn't care as much for that. It was all right, but I didn't find it as engaging as the first season. The first season was incredible. The music was incredible. That's actually what turned me on to the rapper Jadena, and I've really been a fan of his ever since. It was way better than freaking Iron Fist. I know that. Diamondback. Yes, you're right, sir. Good call, Frank. Good call. All right, let's see about Just getting Shuri out of here as quick as we can. I'm glad we got to get Black Panther aimed at him. That was the perfect choice. All right, let's keep working her. I think we're going to get her. And put a taunt up. All right, so then we'll hit this right side, hit all the squishies. We really need to get that Black Panther out of there. Thank you, Thor. Thank you, Thor. On demand. I love it. I love it. Let them play around with these illusions. The trickster god. Really like my Asgard team. I worked them up just because they were a great defensive team, but then when they ended up leading to Black Bolt and everything else, like, love it. Love it. Great progression path. And in fact, if you're a new player coming into this game and you have some money to spend, I suggest that's where you start. Buy yourself an Asgard. Buy every Asgard offer you see. Get yourself a good Asgard, because the next thing you know, you're going to have yourself a good Inhuman squad, and or at least a good Black Bolt, and that's going to lead you to a good Maw and a good, Black Order team. And that's really the progression path you want to be walking. Because Inhumans just turns everybody into a fine paste. Just, they're just out there AEing the crap out of everybody and doing it well. And they were the best around until, Black Order came along as far as like war offense. They're the only team that can reliably take out in one shot a good Hydra team, right? So let's see here. Let's go right at Yondu. So hello, if you're just joining us, come on in, make yourself at home. This is Mortytown TV. We're playing a little Marvel Strike Force. We're at the tail end of a Blitz rotation now, so we're getting into my best teams. And when we finish that up, we're probably going to see what we can do in the war. After that, maybe we'll open it up to a little PvP if somebody wants to fight. Yeah, I bet we could do that. But come on in, chill out, get swifty.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
God, I love Rick and Morty. My favorite Rick and Morty moment, man. There's so many good ones to pick from. I really think it was the reveal at the end of the Evil Morty episode, right? When he rips the eye patch off and walks away, like, and the Evil Morty soundtrack comes in. Like that was a pretty cool moment. I think my favorite episode is either the season 3 Vindicators episode or maybe the Council of Ricks was a pretty good one. Of course, obviously that episode is the one that gave us the name for our alliance, the Mortytown Locos. So anyway, I'm going to ability block Shuri over there. No, I'm not. I was going to try, at least. I tried. So let's see now. And I haven't seen the new season yet, so I'm going to start watching that pretty soon. But like I say, I'm pretty strapped on time. I'm playing 4 or 5 hours of this game every day with trying to keep up with 2 accounts. And I'm running an alliance that will soon be a cluster. And I might end up, I don't want to, but I might end up running both guilds. And I don't want to do that. We're looking into options on that. But I'm just really strapped for time. And then of course all these streams, right? I'm trying to do 2 streams a day. When I get a little free time, I'm trying to kick out some video content, at least until I hit all the high points, right? I mean, I have an arena guide, I have a team building guide, I have I got the Dark Dimension and etc. The Wailing out on a budget. Those were all topics that I wanted to cover. And I think the only one left that really comes to mind is I'd like to do a video on war and my methodology for how we approach war, and then cover some of the major counters to the best meta teams, which I'm sure most people know already, but I just want to put all of that into one video. And the problem I'm having is like trying to get it cut down to less than half an hour. So let's see. There's really nobody here we're going to have a problem with X-Men except for that Black Order. So let's just straight up go at these. Let's try. This is not always the best matchup, but let's do these Asgardians. All right, I got lucky there because that opening shot from Loki, he actually aimed that at Phoenix, which is exactly what we wanted. So we've got Phoenix nearly dead. And of course, I always like to start with Thor. You want to point yourself at the tank for this, so we can put some taunts on the people we want taunting. Specifically Thor. And he's going to stealth, but the beauty is this is one of those teams where
you can run, but you can't hide, bitch.
So now we need to get Hela, but we're just going to be hitting everybody because we got ourselves a Dark Phoenix. Now we'll go ahead and taunt with Colossus to protect that Dark Phoenix. I'm going to go ahead and wing that out there, even though she's not fully charged, because everybody's about to die. See you, bye. That's what I'm saying, with the combination between Storm and then Cyclops, there's usually nothing left for Phoenix to use her ultimate on. They're a pretty strong team. So we're down to the last two teams. This is my Shield team. And then we'll do Black Order. Always fun to play. And then we'll maybe go do Black Order in Arena one more time before we wrap things up. Get myself to second place, right? Somebody had me knocked down to third last time we looked. We'll at least get ourselves... I like to sit at second and then snipe first at the last minute. Sitting around at number one all day. That's a sucker's game. I don't like to mess with that. It just leaves you, you're a sitting duck, you know? Everybody's aiming at you, and you have no control over nothing. So in that mode, I would prefer to control the timing, because it is a matter of timing. Because it doesn't matter how many different people are number one that day. All that matters is who's number one when that timer runs out. Now, I am a gentleman, so I like to attack the number one guy from the number two spot so that he's only losing 50 cores. And I don't engender too much, I mean, that's what I hope people will do for me. And so I always try to be a gentleman about it. Let's go ahead and get Miss Marvel out of here before she heals up, since Captain Marvel is still at full health. We'll worry about her. Well, she's a little lower now, but still. We'll go ahead and wear her down now with all these little sleep night-night guns. The night-night guns. They call them that because they're guns that don't kill you. They just immobilize you, put you to sleep. All right, let's see here. Black Order is up to 536K. This is easily the best team on my roster now. This is my flagship, right? These guys, this is my show-off team, and this is my arena team, which is why they've gotten this much of my materials. You know, this many materials, this much love. They're getting all the love, all the love. I've been, I peeled away from them to get some Dark Dimension 3 characters ready to go. But now I'm gonna peel back. I'm gonna go ahead. The only one that isn't Gear Tier 14 is Cull Obsidian, so I'm gonna finish him off when I finish DD3, and then we'll see from there. Then I think really the only thing left after that is to some red stars on a few of them. Let's do that so we can kill Iron Fist. But that basic is so deadly. So yeah, I still need some red stars, particularly on Proxima and Maw, and Call also, but that's not as important to me as Proxima and Maw. I'm going to save some upgrade tokens, and I'm going to try to be ready for Maw as soon as he hits that store. I'm going to start jacking red stars on him. I was unfortunate with him. I was only able to pull 4. All right, so there's a full rotation, 1 3/4 million. Like, I really don't care about the score. We were just basically just rolling through that to get chimichangas and to knock out all these milestones. Mostly chimichangas, though. We had the milestones done a while ago, and if I'm normally just blitzing and chilling, then I get the milestones and I'm out. So let's see here. We got some orbs to open. No. What are you doing? Don't do that, Zach. Don't do that. All right. So unfortunately, we didn't get enough for a orb, but it was whatever. I mean, the rewards are okay out of those orbs. They're not anything to write home about. We're not getting any mini uniques. We're just kind of basically stacking up catalysts and stuff. So it's not that exciting. I wouldn't sit here and blitz all day just for that. So let's go ahead and take our arena team. We're gonna knock out Unclouded and sit at second place for a while. We'll see where we're at in the morning after that. But it'd be nice to get one more attack in for the day in arena. And we'll check war next. And then maybe after that we might be about as far as I can go for the night, since we're done with raids and all that. Alright, so I'd like to start off hitting the basic right here on his squishy left side, and I can hit all 3 of those nice squishy guys over there. I can make sure I hit Corvus Glaive with this offense down. That worked out perfect. I mean, it would have been perfect if Thanos hadn't resisted, but we're fine. We're fine. He's got that immune. So then we'll hit those squishies again. That'll get rid of Corvus. And what I didn't use that special because I'm waiting on him to use his. There you go. I've been waiting on that. Basically, he who flips last flips best. So now I'll flip it back, save my people that were in distress. All right, and so now all of those bleeds that were about to kill them are now regenerations, and they're going to get some health back when their turn comes around. And we can get back to killing these guys. We'll reapply our taunt. That comes with it a little bit of healing, but it's not a big deal. Let's slow it down so we can really enjoy throwing this moon on them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Speed that back up. He's going to throw his moon. That'll kill my Proxima, but we'll be fine. Corvus is probably pretty mad about it, right? But whatever. All right, let's drain the big guy. Start laying in some piercing damage that ignores all that armor he's got. Love my 7 red star Corvus. Really handy character. I get a lot of mileage out of him in versus battles too. That's Nate. Nate is one of my most common PvP opponents. But he's pretty good sport about it. Pretty good sport about it. So let's go check the war. We're in pretty good shape on this. We've already knocked down their bridge and their reactor. And so now we're taking out Armory. Now we got some good teams facing us here. We got some good teams. So I've got 2 attacks I can make. And let me check out what we look like here. Wait a minute. What was that other team? That 370 is probably going to be... I love that Corvus. Well, and also it has a double thing. If you put Corvus and Proxima in there, you are severely incentivizing your foe to break up that couple because they're even better together. And so they were probably already wanting to ban Phoenix or Black Bolt or whatever other character I picked first. And so then if I follow that up with Corvus and Proxima, I leave people in a difficult position. Like, do I get rid of that meta character, or do I leave these two characters together that are really good together? Do I break them up, right? So I try to leave people a difficult decision with that particular draft strategy. So let's see. What have I got that can take down this Wakanda? All right. I've got 2 attacks I can level right now, and then I'll have a couple more in the morning. I've got my Black Order, I've got my X-Men, and I've got my Inhumans, so that's 3. Who else am I sporting? I'm still holding on to a pretty decent Sinister Six, and I've got my Guardian Nerva. So let's see. The Guardian Nerva may be able to take. Probably can take this Wakanda. So let's see how they do, even through the deflects. We'll find out. It's going to be difficult because what that does is it basically makes this opening combo, which is very important for this team. It sort of negates it. But hopefully we can do enough damage to get ourselves ahead. But what we're going to want to do is go right at Shuri, and unfortunately, she's going to have those defense ups and those deflects, so it's going to be difficult to do a whole lot, but hopefully we can do enough to get ourselves ahead on this. This is a pretty good punch down. If we can kill this Shuri, so close. So close. That would have pretty much settled it. But what I really need to do here is get defense ups on my guys, reapply that taunt. Oh, Black Panther. Okay, good. The bleeds killed her. That's fantastic. And then I tell you what else is going on. I might have a few war attacks I can make with Baxos. Couple 3, in fact. I'm not going to bother cleansing just that one defense down. He'll be fine. All right, so we handled this with some level of aplomb. No problemo.
And that's the way the news goes.
So let's see, is there anybody else here that Vac would want to attack? I mean, I could clear the 308, but I'm going to hang on to that for a second. We're going to swap your view over to Baxos, and I'll put in a few war attacks with him. So if you're new here, Baxos is my free-to-play account that I've been playing about. It's been not always played by me. I picked it up from my brother, but it's been around almost as long as the Whale account. It's free to play. It's a little over 4 million total collection power. It's not a bad account. It's not a bad account. I've kept it up in pretty good shape. So let's see here. 160 is probably something we can take on. Let's see who we got left. Maybe, maybe not. We still have our... Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop her, and I'm going to pick up Kingpin. Little punch down. We'll see what they can do with that. Just looking to burn his energy. That's oftentimes a team that I would use just kind of as a suicide team to take out a boost. But we've got teams on the board that are about this level, so we might as well go with it. I'm going to start things off with some blinds. Oh, they resist them all. Well, Winds of Watum, since they all have defense ups, we're going to turn those around and we're going to extend everything. We're definitely going to make our focus is going to have to be on Ronin. Oh, don't kill my, oh, please. All right, so let's get ourselves some defense ups and some offense ups. We'll follow this up with a few heal blocks, although their healer sucks. And now let's try to get Ronan out of here. We're going to equalize health to try to save Doctor Strange. Good, he didn't manage to ability block anybody. That's good. That's good too. Now we're going to flood the field with a few summons that'll eat up some damage. And I'm going to go after this Noble with the offense up. She's dangerous. Does good damage. So there went Wanda, but let's bring her back. Keep those heal blocks up so that all those regenerations do not matter. In fact, let's flip them into damages. All right, we'll make them damages. Listen at me. Into bleeds. It's late, I guess. I don't know. All right. So yeah, we get rid of these damage dealers. Take out the tank. I'm so glad that you use those regenerates there, but that's not saving anybody. Like a healer that doesn't heal for 2 turns, that's really not that helpful. Like at all. I've never valued that character very high. Okay, so we got like a quasi marauder here. Let's go ahead and we'll throw his power armor at that, right? Just to get some attacks out of the way. I don't think he's going to really run into anything that's going to be an appropriate punch up. I mean, you never know. I can be wrong, but we're just trying to move the ball, get this armory down. We've already knocked out all the important stuff. Like for the moment, we're putting it on these guys, but we'll see how they do overnight. A lot of guys, you know, they come surging in the back half, so you never know. And sometimes those guys are us. All right, we're just gonna ability block and hopefully put that on. Okay, good. We got that on both of them. That's what we needed. We needed Mystique ability blocked. Didn't really need it, but it's helpful. All right, we're gonna. I tell you what, man. Strife is not the tankiest tank. Who are they doing? They got an Iron Man. That's perfect. He's just not the tankiest tank. I was not about to wait another turn. I was not doing it. And I didn't figure we needed it. All right. Putting in work. We've doubled their score. So even if they do come surging back tonight, they're going to have a lot of work to do. So let's see now. Who we got now? I got one more attack on Baxos. No great targets necessarily. Has he got anybody that can handle a 130? I got a BKT team still. Oh yeah, I know what we can do. Hang on. Nah, it's kind of overkill. I don't want to punch down that high. We'll save one of his better teams. He's got an Ultron team that's like Ultron with some randos. But I'll save that for the morning and see who we got in front of us. So for now, we'll take... I'm not going to use this BKT team either. I want to hang on to that. So I probably don't have anybody. This is a bit of a punch-up. We'll see if we can manage it. I don't think we can, but we'll try. We'll try. In fact, I might be better served. I don't have enough energy to two-tap. Shit. I'm going to keep my powder dry. I'll keep my powder dry. We'll just save it. Like, the war is far from over still. We may need a big push in the morning, so I'm just going to let that ride. We're not buying that. Don't buy offers on this guy. I would love to, but no, I only got money for the whale account. So what I'm going to do though, real quick, I'm going to leave you over there on him while I check our defense. I don't want to show off our defensive setup. Okay. I don't have any boosts left, but I just want to see where they're at and what they're doing. And I'm not too worried. They're not even looking at our bridge yet. They ain't even found it. So they're pretty late into the game to have not found our bridge. So we're good. They're on our barracks. They're still not in med bay, and they're going to find a bad surprise when they get there too. Because queso and reds are pretty beefy. So, all right. So we're good on the war. Let me swap you back over to the big guy. Okay. The big guy looking at a gold ore bundle, but we're not buying that. We're not buying that. So we've got raids, we've got war, we've got blitz done. There's an endless energy bundle that we're going to buy in the morning. So if you want to come back around for the morning stream, you can see that. We got enough to do one more U7 node. So we're going to knock that out so that we can regenerate as much as possible overnight. And then I think after that, it's 11:30. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I got a few things that I need to do as far as guild administration when this is over. So I'm going to have to call it to a close there. We're at a little over 2 hours. So it's been a nice long stream. You know, I'm doing 2 a day, and I'm really not looking to go more than a couple of hours on any of them. I'm trying to get a little in the morning and a little in the evening, so that way I have something that people in all time zones can watch, essentially, right? I know that like streaming late at night is pretty difficult for people overseas to watch that because that's early in the morning for them. And so I'm trying to be accommodating. You know I have, of my 200 subscribers, I realize that a lot of them are all over the world. And I typically play in the morning anyway. Man, that hurt. Bring her back. I try to stream at the 9 o'clock hour, both AM and PM, Eastern Standard Time. Right? Somewhere in that, between 9 and 10, I fire it up and I go. Sometimes I don't get it going until 9:30, but I try to, somewhere between 9 and 9:30 is where I try to get her started up. Now, if I really need to take a morning off, I will. But I haven't missed an evening yet except for my birthday. You know, and my family was pretty insistent. They wanted to see me, I wanted to see them. So if you're new here and you'd like to interface with us while we're not streaming, you can join our Discord in the links in the description below. There's an Ask Vac channel there. You got anything you want to know about this game, you throw it out there and we'll try to give you an informed answer. There's a place where you can check out pics of my roster. There's another place where you can show off pics of yours. If you're interested in joining the Mortytown family, there's a place there where you can put your resume. The Morty Mart is what it's called. And we got a lot of interesting channels, you know, places where you can post and read funny memes. That's called Planet Squanch. You know, we got a lot of cool things going on there. I'd never set up a Discord server before, and so I got myself into it, and I really tried to make it as engaging as I could. So I hope everybody enjoys it. We even have bots that track levels, like every time you post or say something, you're gaining XP toward a level, and there's a leaderboard and all that fun stuff, man. All that fun stuff. But more importantly, you can interface with us. You can ask questions about the game. You can, and also you can get accurate updates for these streams. You'll know exactly when I go online, when we're streaming, when we have a new video up, etc. It seems to be more reliable than the alerts on YouTube. Although if you give me a like and a subscribe on YouTube, I would surely appreciate that, because I'm not trying to make any money here, but it does help us get more eyes on the channel and lets us grow. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to grow this channel, we're going to grow this account, and we're going to grow this beard. And I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, they are all going to be fantastic. a beauty to behold, I assure you. So that pretty much wraps us up. That brings us to the end of Mortytown TV for the evening. I want to thank all of you who've been riding here along live with me. I appreciated having you here. And if you're watching this later on the YouTubes and you got all the way to the end, man, you're my favorite person. That's awesome. I appreciate that. So thanks everybody so much for coming. Until I see you again, be cool. Keep gaming. I'm Vac, and